Hey guys, this is Jared with ComparePropFirms.com. Today I wanted to cover some radical new changes. It kind of feels like the days of us going back to gold are upon us. I don't even know what to kind of say. Topstep has gone ahead and made changes to trading the CPI print. Me personally as a trader, I would use the CPI print as a way to save evaluations or combines and save various funded accounts, where if I only had a little bit of drawdown, I could set up a bracketed trade to go long above or short below the print price. And now they are not only adding a window. I just want to pull this up so everybody can see what's going on. This is pretty ridiculous in my opinion. It's a retroactive rule change. They are putting a 10-minute window, so no new trades within 5 minutes before and 5 minutes after the print. Let's be honest, that is way more than a lot of the other firms that don't even allow you to trade it. But at least when you're trading the other firms, this information isn't sprung on you after the fact. So they're going to limit ES, Russell, Dow, and the Nikkei and NASDAQ minis, and they're going to let you trade a few micros. So let's be honest, what is this? This is nothing more than they are getting killed on the CPI print, and they don't want to be killed anymore. So the market has been volatile. There's no doubt about that. And they're just squeezing us, and I think that is a bunch of bullshit. Quite frankly, this is going to put them down in Compare Prop Firms listing. We don't like retroactive changes. Now, with gold, the volatility was through the roof. I'm okay limiting it, but this is clearly a squeeze on news trading. You advertise one rule: max loss. Don't hit it, right? If you're going to advertise, do not hit max loss. Stop coming at us with all these additional rules. Okay? I'm fine if you want to do it in the brokerage account, right? I mean, that's already been going on in live fund accounts. Like, if you don't have the proper margin, they're not going to let you trade size. Fine. That's kind of what you're doing here. You're going to let us trade in 25K account, 1 micro, 3 micros in the 50K account, 6, 9, and 15 respectively in the few people that have the $250,000 account from their recent test. But this is just like unacceptable to me. We're going to tell you if you're already in a trade. The problem is, if you're in a trade and you're long and the market flies, you should have a right to close it. But they're basically going to tell you, no new opening trades. So I guess you're going to be able to close. So you're going to have to get long 5 minutes before or short 5 minutes before, and you're going to have a bigger risk, or you're just going to trade a lot smaller size. What I don't like about it says going forward. To me, this sounds like this is going to be a rule that they are going to leave in place. So update your advertising. Topstep acts like, oh, we're the ones that don't have affiliates, and here's my 5K hat from them. Okay, like, I love Topstep. The CEO lives in the same state as me, a couple hours away. I would love to recommend them. I'm a fan of the X platform, Project X. Like, I've always been, but this just feels like an absolute, hey, we got killed on the last CPI, guys, so let's just spring them on it Friday when they're not paying attention, so we can just go ahead and not lose as much money. If you're going to market yourself as a prop firm that allows news trading, that allows any trading style that you want, I mean, I do this with live funded accounts where I do brackets, I buy above and sell below. This is just a strategic trade setup for me that I look to for once a month. And now you're going to restrict me? Yeah, I mean, you already had restrictions based on how much profit you had on the account, but that's not enough. We're going to drastically, basically slash your size by 90%. So there you have it. I just wanted to hop on here and let everyone know We got retroactive rule changes with Topstep. We don't see this with Tradeify. We don't see this with Lucid. Other firms like Take Profit Trader or My Funded Futures on accounts that you can't trade news. You knew that before you bought the account. That's my issue, guys. And here we are. Okay, do with it as you please. But I find this this is the kind of thing that pisses me off when I help run compare prop firms and we're recommending firms. When you have a firm that does this kind of retroactive stuff, we're going to flag it. We're going to let you guys know, hey, just be on the heads up that not only on combines, I find it ludicrous that they're going to restrict combines, okay? You already have 50%. So, you already have something in place where somebody can't just use CPI to pass this. So, now you're going to restrict combines and express funded accounts. Oh, for a small window. Guys, this is just the start. Watch. You're going to have non-farm payroll, which had a way bigger move than any of these CPIs as of late. I mean, the last CPI was great, right? Very directional, went straight up. So if you traded the last one, you probably made a killing. The other thing is people don't talk about this. This is a really important point. I find that Project X's platform is the most accurate when it comes to trading news events. I find Tradeivate and some of these other ones to be erroneous. I want to get long at, let's say, 30,000, right? Because that's where we're in NQ. I primarily trade NQ. I want to get long at 30,000. In Tradeivate, you're going to see slippage of 20, 30, 40, 50 points. And Project X is really good about getting you in where you say you want to get in. And you're going to get these order fills. And so for me, I always looked to Topstep being the best place to trade news. And now you're going to restrict me when I was trading 2 or 3 minis at a time to now I have to trade 2 or 3 micros. Barf, okay? You're going to get my business Tradeify. You're going to get my business Lucid. You're going to get my business other prop firms that don't do this shit, okay? Topstep, you guys are fading hard. This is bullshit. You're going to make people, hopefully get long or short 5 minutes before the window. I can't even trade after the print. I can't, a lot of news prints, you get this drastic move up and then you fade that move. I got to wait. Come on. Do this in your brokerage account or increase the margin, which is effectively what you're doing. You're absolutely whacking us here by 90% effectively. Not a fan, and I would be happy to talk to anyone at Topstep and argue that you're not doing this for anything other than they want to limit their downside here because traders have had success, and here we are. You advertise one rule. Well, let's throw another rule on it. New rule alert. Going forward, Topstep has a 10-minute new no opening transaction. And if you do, take that back. We'll let you trade a few micros just so you feel good about yourself. Not a fan, especially in the combines. Come on, guys. The combine failure rate is way high, right? It's well over 50%. It's probably 80, 90%. And you're not going to let some guys get lucky sometimes and, hey, I got my funded account. Come on, Topstep. Do better, okay? That's my message. Do better. Don't push this on people. You don't think it was a thing that this came out after the market closed on a Friday? All right, people are already at happy hour. People are trying to enjoy themselves, and now they have to prepare for this kind of stuff. So I just wanted to come on here, let everyone know that this is going on. I am going to make sure we write an article about this and get this information out because this is not what we want to share with our community. Compare prop firms, we want to give you the truth. We want to let you know who the firms we recommend, the firms we don't, why. Great example. Apex has shot up the list from me. I was banned for over a year. Got allowed back in, was able to get 20 accounts to multiple payouts, and they move me to live. Fine. Okay? That's fine. Like in their FAQ, it says after 3 payouts, we can move you to live. Boom. That's exactly what happened to me. Fine. I'm okay with that. Took them forever to pay me. The full 2 weeks. Funded Futures Network. Really want to promote them, but their payout is just erroneous. 2 weeks to get a single payout out. Not recommending them. Guys, stick with Tradeify. Stick with Lucid. Stick with the firms at the top of our recommendation list. We're going to keep all the honesty, all the integrity out here, guys. Thanks for watching. And, as I always like to say, let your trades do the talking. Have a great night. Have a great weekend. And let's crush CPI.